So this is it, guys, the final video of Gunbud and the tank lamp project. I hope you enjoyed. So all we're doing here, I mean, you could immediately see how Gunbud works really well. The lights are off in my shop right now. Well, I think most of the lights are. It's like on half right now, and I'm able to spray this thing in complete darkness. I even did it on the other CX5 project, and it really helps. Like when you put this thing on the gun and you spray, you could really see the difference, and it makes painting so much easier. So anyway, we're doing light coats of black base on the primer at the very first stage. Now, when you're doing covering primer like this, you always want to dust it initially. Don't lay it on thick, because if you lay it on thick, you can have some sort of reaction. So it's always good when spraying your base coat to go on thin at first, especially over your body worked areas. Cover it, use a lot of air, okay, to help dry certain areas faster. You'll see how I spray here. Okay, and just cover it. We're just covering it, making sure we have a good solid black base coverage. And that's pretty much it. Then we're gonna peel back our masking tape here, make sure everything's good, and tack it down and give it 2 coats of clear coat. So hope you enjoy. Keep watching this series. We're almost done with the lamp project. I think it came out really nice. And initially I was thinking of painting it like candy, the black portion here, but I think doing it black was the best way because the tank looks solid. It looks good. It's a classic look to it, and I'm really happy the way it came out. The other tank projects we did do candy, but this one, because of the damage and because of the, restoration, so to say, I think black was the best choice when finishing this project up here. So I hope you enjoyed it. Again, it's almost done. Keep watching. Thanks. Let me know your thoughts also. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. So here's the same thing, just wanted to give you a different angle with the Canon camera here, showing you how it lays on. So again, we're just dusting it very lightly. Enjoy this section. We have a fly flying around, but not a big deal. He didn't land in our paint job here. But just enjoy, keep watching. You can see how I lay and dust it on. And I'll be talking to you in a bit. I think with this video, you're actually able to see how Gunbud works better, how it shines the light on the project. With the head cam, it wasn't showing that well. I don't know why, but when you look at it like this, you can immediately see how much light this thing shines on your paint projects as you paint. And it helps a lot. Once you test this thing out, I think you're really going to see like, wow, it's pretty cool. So when you see what I'm doing now, all I'm doing is squeezing the trigger, right, and blowing air on it to help it dry. Okay, that's what you call speeding the process up, helping it dry, dusting it, and it's just a technique of painters and painting. You do this to help your project dry, and so you can lay more coats on without waiting for it to naturally dry, right? You're kind of forcing it to dry by blowing air on it, and it works really well. It's a really good technique to use. Now, when you take a look at base coat, this is how it's supposed to look. You know, it might look a little matte looking and like, it's not, I wouldn't call that orange peel, but it has like a little texture to it, right? Some spots are shinier than others. I mean, that's normal. This is how base coat is supposed to look. Now, what the clear does is actually flow everything out. So the clear is where it just makes this piece look so much nicer, and you'll see the difference. But when your base coat is looking like this, you're on target. You know, it's going to come out good. Okay, that's normal. The way this looks now is 100% normal for base coat to look just like that. It might dry a little bit more matte, but that's what it needs to look like. Okay, guys. In essence, it looks like it works. So here is what I did. I took the tape off. You can feel a little ridge line, but very minor. I think once we clear it, this in here will brighten up. Of course, I'm going to get some wax and grease remover before I do anything, and just clean inside here very carefully without touching the base coat, because you don't want the wax and grease remover to touch the base coat. Now, this has been dry for about 30 minutes. You don't want to wait too long before you take the tape off, because you could peel the base coat. It could happen. I don't think it will, but I'm just saying it could happen. So we're going to do this side right now. Let me see if I can get better lighting. First, you peel the inside tape very carefully. Okay. We want to get the outline, which is this one here. Okay, you take the blue one off later. Okay, so we'll just peel this for now. Oh, I don't know why that happened. Okay. And then we'll peel this. Okay. Then you can see kind of looks like glue or whatever. This will just wipe right off easy with wax and grease remover, so I wouldn't worry about that. But like I said, there's a few little rock chips in here, but once it's cleared, you know, clear really hides a lot of things. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull the blue off. And now when you're pulling the fine line tape, you always want to pull in, okay, away from the outer edge, okay? Pull inward all the time from a seam or from whatever you're doing, okay? So see, I'm pulling inward. Okay, now I'm just going to grab it here. Okay, and I'm going to pull inward. Pull in, always pull in, and that's pretty much it. So, like I said, we're going to wax and grease inside very lightly, because it'll literally, wax and grease remover will take off the base coat. So if we look here, there's a little line. Okay, we're gonna clean it really well, tack the whole thing, and then clear it. In essence, the clear coat should get rid of this grayish looking color. Because look, if we put some spit on it, okay, it should all blend in if you see what clear does. Alright, and that's just spit. So kind of just wipe that off. But all we got to do is wax and grease it very lightly. Might even want to use just the soapy water. Maybe I can try that. Very light soapy water. And then clear it. And then we're basically done. You can see here, the dent is still here, right? I didn't really go messing around and taking that out, because literally if we pulled this out, if we put a couple of studs here, pulled it out, and you laid filler, it's too close to this. I would have been, you know, shaping it, and it would have easily ate up this corner. Easily. And we wouldn't have had this beautiful original Harley decal that's clear coated in, and this original pinstriping. So I really wanted to keep this old pinstriping and design. That's why we did this. Okay, and this is the best way to do it, because we were able to put new paint on most of it, right? And then we were able to mold this where our lamp post will stick, and it's gonna look pretty damn cool when it's done. All right, so just wanted to give you that update, guys. it looks really good. So I'll just let this dry in my office. Looks pretty good. And yeah, hope you like it. So at the point of spraying clear on this project, I got hooked up with Tamco. Spoke with Tammy. She pretty much runs the company. Very nice lady out of Virginia, and they have a very good clear coat called Tamco's. And I was testing their clears out on the next project. So you can see some of her cans in the background there, and I really like their clear a lot. So the clear I'm using now is a House of Color. Very expensive, about a little over 300 bucks, like $325 for a gallon kit. Okay, and that's like top of the line clear coat, you know, House of Color. I like House of Color a lot. And then I started testing out Tamco's, one of their high-end clear coats, and really shocked. They have a really good clear coat. So I highly recommend to check out the Tamco if you want to save some cash and pretty much get the same type of results and gloss. Check out Tamco clear coats. I'll have a link down below the video if you're in the members area, or a link on Zula as an authorized dealer to basically sell Tamco paints. So check out Tamco clear coats, inner coats, and stuff like that. They got really good clears, and I'm pretty much going to be using their clears from now on because they save me money, and it's a really good product. Alright, so we're laying our first coat of clear on this thing. Just watch how I lay it on, right? We're not laying it on too dry or too thick. We're just giving it a good coat here. Okay. And we're using the X27 low volume, low pressure spray gun. And it kind of mimics the Sada RP, which is perfect for clear coat. So if you're looking for a killer clear coat gun, definitely check out the Atom X27 low volume, low pressure -MP, which is medium pressure. So it's between a low volume, low pressure and a medium pressure, and it sprays fantastic. The fan pattern is great. It atomizes really, really well. And just check out the gloss on this thing when I'm done. It sprays really, really nice. And you can also pick up these guns at Zula.com. So I really flowed on the clear. You can see kind of a little bit of sagging on the side of the tank there. Not a huge deal. If you really wanted to fix that and get rid of it, all you got to do is color sand it with around 1500, 2000 and buff it out. But it flowed out so nice, and it was really unnoticeable on the finished project, so I just left it alone. All I did was wipe the bottom because it had some clear coat drips. So if you wipe it before it fully dries, then you don't have to cut it off or anything. It'll just dry clear. But look, check out the gloss on this thing. And this is all finished with 800 grit, especially the inside where the decals are. That's all done with 800 grit, and then we just flow coated clear coat on it. Came out beautiful. All right, so now that we have this thing painted looking fabulous, we're gonna go ahead and hook this up. Man, I need something to pull this out. I'm watching Private Parts by Howard Stern. It's totally funny. So all I'm doing here is hooking up my electrical connections because I had to cut it because we couldn't fit the plug part through, right? So I had to cut it, feed it through the bottom, connect it, and then we push this part back in the tank and screwed our lamp post in. And it came out really nice. I mean, just get creative. You can create whatever you want to do. I ended up creating 4 of these projects literally within, I would say, a week. We just banged them out one by one. And I was actually working on the other projects while doing this, so I actually cleared the purple one after or while I cleared this one. I just didn't cut it into this video. I wanted to, you know, make separate projects for you so you can see the step-by-step through each tank project. So enjoy the other ones. There's 3 more other ones beside this: the lime gold, the purple, and the blue with a heart flame on it. So I hope you enjoy those as well. Let me know what you think, man. Email back anytime at ninjasupport@learnautobodyandpaint.com. Let us know what you think about the project. If you want to learn more, if you need help in anything, feel free to hit us up. We are always here, and I'm always looking to help you guys, you know, help you get to the next level with your auto body. Okay guys, for the moment of truth, all I have to do is grab a light bulb. This sucker should light up. Hopefully. We don't know yet if my electrical connections are proper. This, what we'll do here is just fix this up with black tape. We'll cut this stupid plastic ring off. Honestly, I thought this was going to be inside. I didn't think I cut it out too long. So out there, but it's okay. We'll just black tape this section up. Set up here. Let's go ahead for the moment of truth. In my home office, we're going to shut some lights. And maybe we'll shut off another light. Oh, it's a little dark in here. But we'll head over here and we'll turn the light on. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. It is a motorcycle tank lamp working perfectly. It looks fantastic, actually. Look at that thing. You can't really see it too well because it's, of course, black and dark. But look at how glossy that thing came out. Let me actually put a light on so we can have some better view of this thing. Look how cool that looks, guys. Look at that. One of a kind. One of a kind. Harley lamp. And now, of course, we could put any type of shade we want on here. We could change the bulb, change it up to however you want it to look. But that's pretty much it. It looks pretty damn cool to me. Custom molded. And it's a Harley Davidson lamp. Looks really neat. I gotta figure out where to put it now. Whatever you want to do. This is just, you know, I had this laying around, so I made this, you know, with that. I like that one. That's a nice, cute little